Hello everyone, Kaoz here, and welcome to another old school RuneScape video. Today, my Dagannoth Kings guide. Originally released all the way back in 2005, the once mighty Dagannoth Kings are now not as dangerous thanks to the many upgrades in weapons and armor we have had over the years. Despite all of this, one thing remains true. Your worst enemy will be the path to that final room. If you enjoyed this video, you would help me out a lot by subscribing with notifications on, dropping a cheeky like, and consider becoming a channel member for instant access to our Discord and find other people to camp this boss with. The DKS don't really have any requirements other than the Frenetic Trials. During this quest, you will acquire a pet rock, which is somewhat needed to do the Dagannoth Kings for your solo adventures. When it comes to levels, 40 ranged is all you need for something I will explain in a little bit. Despite their moderate difficulty, this is all you really need to fight them, but there are two more suggestions which will enhance your experience. If you are going to camp the Dagannoth Kings long term, either for your Slayer tasks or for the pets, I would highly suggest you do the Elite Frenetic Diaries. This will note all of their bones and will allow you to stay here for longer for more profits. Otherwise, you will literally be wasting money. Completion of Desert Treasure 2 is also recommended, as blood spells will let you stay here for longer since you will receive a lot of chip damage from the little monsters around the arena. So, load up on those runes to cast the spells. When it comes to levels, the weapons I recommend need you to have at least 75 attack, 75 ranged, and 78 magic. Additionally, you should have a level 70 prayer and defense for piety, and at least 70 agility for that terrible run. To do more damage, even without the best in slot weapons I will show you coming up, get at least 85 combats and 77 prayer for rigor and augury. This will somewhat guarantee you get a good rotation going. This time around, I will show you two setups for the Dagannoth Kings, which I will also use for the live examples. The first one is what I recommend to get the rotation under control with fairly decent damage. This includes an Abyssal Tentacle, a Blowpipe with Amethyst Darts, and a Trident of the Swamp. Because we will be dealing a little bit less damage with the setup, I recommend doing this on a Slayer task and bring your Slayer helmet along with the items you see on screen. Don't forget your combat, ranging, and prayer potions, and 1 or 2 Sanfew serums which double up as a super restore and an antidote. Our best in slot gear for which you can upgrade bit by bit is looking a lot chunkier. This includes a Scythe of Vitur, a Twisted Bow, and I personally use a Sanguinesty Staff with a Spectral Spirit Shield. I don't really think a Shadow is worth here because Rex dies fairly quickly. You may swap these for a Rapier, a Bofa with Crystal Armor, and a Stick to the Toxic Trident if you don't have enough money for a Sanguinesty Staff. Your special weapon can be a Ceridum Godsword, and if you have more cash, an Eldritch Nightmare Staff will do the trick. Adapt to the potions and other items you see on screen, and you're good to go. There is only one way to get to the Dagannoth Kings, and it is, without a shadow of a doubt, the absolute worst way to get to any boss in the entire game. Like, not even the Nightmare can compete. Go to the Waterbirth Island by either using the teleport on the Lunar Book, or by taking the boat north of Relica to that same destination. Go west of the island and head down the dungeon with an entrance that looks like a Dagannoth head. Once inside, go east and place your pet rock on either of the platforms, stand on the other one, and then open the door to take your pet rock. Keep running east and equip your Rune Throne Axe, activate the special, and click on the barrier in front of the ladder for the axe to bounce around, clearing the path for you to go downstairs. From here on out, follow the path you see on screen by praying a mage against the walruses, melee against the rock lobsters, and ranged against the Dagannoths. The yellow tiles show me where to go in case there's a room with multiple ladders. If there are no yellow tiles, simply go to the next ladder to continue. This is going to be slightly sped up not to make this video like 3 minutes longer, but if you want to see the full route, click the link in the description below. Eventually, you will make it to this area. Click on this spot to go over an obstacle, and hide here for you not to get attacked. By clicking on the crack on the floor, you can see if there are players in either the normal cave or the one used exclusively for Slayer tasks. This is where you can hop to find the world and get ready for the fight. The only plugin I recommend for the Dagannoth Kings is called Timers. By enabling it, you will be able to see when the Dagannoth Kings will respawn after you kill them, and this will let you prepare in case you are not going to slay any of them in time for the next one to spawn. Other than this, you may use any plugins for general bossing and PVMing. Mechanics-wise, there are not many things to watch out for. After the journey here, the most difficult part is the initial entrance for which you may have to flick both the Ranger and the Mage. The Ranger will almost always be the closest to the entrance, so head down there praying ranged. If both of them see you, go back and wait for only the Ranger to attack you. When this happens and the Mage is getting closer, start running towards it right after the Ranger attacks and immediately switch to praying Mage. They attack every 4 ticks, so you have plenty of time to protect. Once you're praying correctly, focus on the Ranger and wait for it to die, and then get away from the melee for you to finish off the Mage. Finally, equip your magic gear and attack Rex. Safe spot it in this corner of the cave, and hopefully you do enough damage to kill them one by one before they respawn. If at any point Rex starts attacking you while flicking the ranger and the mage, I would recommend going upstairs and wait for him to leave. And then repeat the process by prayer flicking the other two. The only other mechanic is that you will see monsters called spinal lips around the arena, and these will drain your prayer by 1 when they hit. If you are wearing a spectral spirit shield, this effect will be negated, since prayer drain is rounded down. You can blood barrage off of these if you are low on HP. That being said, let's check out 2 live kills with moderate and maxed gear. Okay, Scapers, time for a few kills with some standard gear, or the minimum that I would recommend, as you saw at the beginning of the video. So we are going to begin by hopping over, and then like I said before, we are going to pray ranged, as the ranger is the one that's more likely to be near the entrance, and of course, that is what we have. So you're gonna stay here, and of course, well, I kind of want to bait one of them at least. You're gonna go here, and then when you're in range, boom, that's what's gonna happen. Now, I want the major to start attacking me, but right after this one starts, there we go. Oh, that's beautiful. So look, 1, 2, and that is exactly the cycle that we're looking for, okay? So now that you're here, make sure to drink your potions, or maybe you can pre-pot the potions, that's gonna be a lot better. And then once that happens, boom, you start attacking, and then make sure to, well, I mean, I was gonna say what? To prayer flick correctly, because these guys can actually deal quite a lot of damage, and it's gonna be a little devastating to say the least. There, I didn't pray correctly, but that was fine, you know, that's fine. As long as you tank like maybe 1 or 2 hits, you're gonna be fine. The ranger is going to die, and now we are only going to have to pray magician. Now, you kind of want to move away, just so Rex can't actually see you. And yeah, you're just going to stand here with your rigor, blowpipe. I have, I believe, amethyst dart here. Dragon darts. Well, I mean, amethyst darts are going to work just fine. And yeah, just stay here, and then as you can see, the spinal lips are going to poison you. Now what you can do is that if you have a Sanfu serum and if you drink it, it is going to act as an antidote, and you're going to be protected from a poison for like around 6 minutes, and it's going to be just fine. But as soon as they die, then what's gonna happen, you're gonna, you know, equip your mage gear right away, and then you don't really need magician boosting prayers, because the Rex already has, you know, you're gonna be accurate with this one, so it's gonna be perfectly fine. What I personally do is I go to this corner, because once you are here, what will happen is that the very first one I killed, which was Supreme, is going to spawn, and then it's going to be near the starting area and also where we are. Now, if you are low on HP, you can also, you know, use blood spells. They are going to be slightly, they're going to do less damage, which means that, well, this is going to take a little bit longer. And it, well, dude, I wasn't even wearing my occult. Interesting. But yeah, that's exactly what you want to do if you are low on HP. And if you have some time to spare, you can also you know, use your blood spells against the spinal lips. Prayer flicking is going to be your best friend against the Dagannoth Kings, and I advise this has to be one of the very first things that you have to get comfortable with whenever you are practicing this. Otherwise, yeah, you're gonna have to run away or do some, like, you know, maneuvering that's not gonna be super comfortable, but that is going to be mostly it. So, yeah, you're gonna kill the Major with range, and then we're gonna kill one more Rex, and that will be it for the standard setup for the kill. Okay, and now to bring out the big guns. We have the Scythe, the Twisted Bow, and the Sanguinesti Staff, because I personally don't really think the Shadow... I mean, it does well, but I'd much rather, you know, be healing throughout the whole process. So we're gonna go down here once again, and as you can see, the Ranger is targeting me, and that is very nice. Now, right after it attacks me, I want to start running into range of the Major, and that is perfect. So look, now they are attacking 2 ticks apart, which makes it perfect just in case you want to do any sort of, you know, drinking or healing. It's going to be absolutely great. Now, as you can see, the Rex is coming near, which I kind of don't like, but as long as he's not walking anywhere near, I think that's going to be perfectly fine. And yeah, there we go. So as you can see, obviously the damage is going to be much, much better. And, oh shit, dude, I'm actually not... Hello? There we go. Okay, that's nice. As you can see, yeah, doing this live commentary, not, you know, not ideal, but it is what it is. I'm gonna drink my Sampu Serum, and of course, you're just gonna wait for, I always forget these, so Mr. Prime is going to die. With a Twisted Bow, I think I've seen hits of like 60s or even 70s, and it's just gonna be so much faster, of course. But yeah, here we have a chunky, okay, a 57, followed by, oh my god, what's the hit gonna be? It says 70. And then I wanted to do just one rotation to show you what to do with the Eldritch Staff. Like I said at the beginning, this can be either an Eldritch or a Saradomin Godsword, and I'm going to show you what will happen. If you rely too much on specials, of course bring a Light Bearer instead of a Ring of the Gods, but I much rather stay here for a little bit longer, and this is what I'm going to do. So I am going to equip the Spectral just for the Spinal Lips not to take too much health away from me, and then I am going to lure Rex here. And then after that, I'm just going to start running towards this place, and boom, save spotted. Go ahead and activate your imbued, your saturated heart. And with the special, I am going to recover some prayer. It's not going to be quite a lot, but the good part about this is that the Eldritch Nightmare Staff only has a special attack cost of 55, meaning that in just, you know, like around a minute, I'm going to have another special. And of course, like I said before, if you want to stay here for maybe slightly longer, you can try out the what do you call it, the Light Bearer, and it's going to be pretty nice. The Sanguinity Stab hopefully is going to keep me topped off at all times, but what I can also do is that while I wait for, you know, everything else to spawn, I can Blood Barrage of the Spinal Lips, and that is going to make it much better. And yeah, boys and girls, that is it for the rotation, and obviously I would say capitalizing on the normal setup, because if I have a guide and I look like this, people are just going to complain and cry in the comments, as people have done in the Calphite Queen, the Phantom Uspa. You know how it is. You can't really keep everyone happy all the time, but hey. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope those examples were clear enough for you to gain enough confidence for you to try out the Dagannoth Kings. As always, here I have a few extra tips to make your life easier when grinding these. Since you will be camping the Ancient Spellbook, if you are flicking the Ranger and the Mage, if Rex starts running towards you, you can freeze it in place and avoid flicking all three at the same time. If you bring a special weapon, use the Saradomin Godsword against the Ranger since it's obviously weak to melee, and if you bring an Eldritch Nightmare Staff, use it against Rex instead. This will ensure maximum efficiency out of your special attacks. If you're not bringing a special attack weapon, try other rings instead. Other than the Brimstone Ring, you may try Imbued Dagannoth Rings, a Ring of Suffering, an Imbued Ring of the Gods, and so on. If you want to extend your trips, you may use the Friends Chat to deliver items to try to find someone to bring you supplies all the way to the resting spot above the boss room. This of course will have an extra expense for your adventure. Mark the tiles in which all three Dagannoth Kings will respawn just like I did, so you know where they are going to appear, and you can prepare to either move away if you're not done with the current one, or go near the next spawn for quicker kills. And finally, if you're on the normal cave and see someone camping Rex in the corner, crash them like a Giga Chad. Okay, it's just a joke, calm down. I know you're already writing your comment and I can't joke on this channel, so chill out. No, but for real, if it's an Ironman, crush them. When it comes to loot, each Dagannoth King will drop Dagannoth Bones, each worth around 10,000 GP. A lot of their other drops are literal garbage, and your inventory will be pretty full with supplies anyways, so you will be discarding a lot of the loot. Your overall GP per hour will depend on how fast you kill them, but a minimum of 400 or 500 KGP can be expected if you have the Elite Fremennik Diary. As for expensive uniques, Rex drops Berserker Rings, Supreme drops Archer's Rings, and Prime drops Seer's Rings. Their other uniques such as the Warrior's Ring, the Spherical, and the Mud Battle Staff are pretty cheap, so they are not too exciting. Pair that up with one pet for each of the Dagannoth Kings at the rate of 1 in 5,000, and other than these, they don't really drop anything spectacular. So, keep your eyes peeled for those rings. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you very much for watching and for making it this far. If you did, let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this boss, and if you camp it normally or exclusively on your Slayer tasks. I want to give a huge shout out to all my channel members. You boys and girls have no idea how much your support means to me, and I hope to keep providing amazing videos for you. If you would like to be part of this list of legends, click the join button below to support this channel monetarily, and earn a bunch of cool rewards in the videos, in the live streams, and of course in the Discord. Next week we will take a look at how to achieve level 99 smithing in the most efficient, profitable, or even the fastest way possible. Until then, have an amazing day, have an amazing week, and I will see you then. Peace.